2021 Lighthouse Classic, we have the Chicago Prep Freeze. Coach, if you don't care, introduce yourself and your players for us.
Yes, hi. Marcus Spencer. To my right, I have Tyson Tucker. To my left, Julio Montes.
Coach, players, my name's Kent. I'm the sports editor here for the Daily Corinth. It's good to have you in town for the first time.
Appreciate it.
Happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
Yeah, you too.
I know y'all would have rather had a different kind of verdict today. Even then, you get another game tomorrow. But what was the main, obviously, the other team, what was Dream City set a new scoring record in that game for the tournament. They had a lot of guys that could score. What was the main difference in your eyes? And then I'll get the players to comment on between the two teams today.
I think Dream City is a very established and experienced team. They're one of the better teams in the country, number 4, if I'm not mistaken, and possibly number 2 or 3 on the grind session. I think our players are just getting acclimated to more what the grind session offers and what to expect. The other thing about it, Dream City Christian is a very lengthy team, and I think their length is what I think that's what caused some issues for our team, along with the game plan that Kyle Weaver and the coaching staff had for our guards.
You want to make any comment on it?
So yeah, we didn't stay disciplined. So we could have stayed more disciplined. So we should have kept running what we was going to run. We kind of went out of it, but yeah.
And did you have anything to add?
Yeah, I agree with Coach Spence. Playing on a high school floor with, the length of college or actually really length of pro players is kind of tough for us. So yeah, that really bothered a lot of our offensive and defensive schemes. And I also agree with Tyson. We weren't disciplined, and we could have stuck to the game plan a little bit more. Coming out of the first quarter, we stayed in the game with them, but then we started to do things that we wanted to do, which kind of led them to extend the lead. So yeah, those are some things that could improve on.
What does the game here, how's the game down here in the South? I mean, have y'all been to other Southern tournaments, or just your first one?
Yeah, it's one of my first.
How does this atmosphere here and the talent you've seen out there today compare to what y'all are used to in the Midwest?
Well, first of all, I love the atmosphere here. I'm originally from the South. I played at Ole Miss, so.
Oh, did you really?
Absolutely.
What's your name?
Marcus Spencer.
I remember you. Okay.
Yeah. So I was happy to bring the guys, below the Mason-Dixon line and let them know what our style of basketball is here.
Mm-hmm.
I know Chicago gets the reputation of a lot of gritty guards, but me being from Mississippi, a lot of people don't really realize how gritty our guards are, how tough we are.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the guys were a little bit shocked on how tough basketball is here. I told them about some of the athletes and players that have come from Mississippi, even a player that played with me from Corinth, Stephen Davis.
Stephen, yeah.
Yeah, who played here. So I'm just educating them on the South, on how basketball is here, and how the more regions you play in, you become accustomed to more of those styles of play, and it's good to be exposed to those different regions. But being here at home, I think they got a good dose of what Southern hospitality is.
Coach, I want to touch on the margin of the deficit of the score there.
Yes.
You would think you would look over here in the turnover category, and we touched on guard play. You just talking about guard play. You would think that the turnover margin would be crazy too, but it's not. It's kind of even.
Yeah.
What does it say about your guards keeping the turnovers even with that?
Well, me being a point guard, I'm on them, and Tyson will tell you, Julio will tell you, I'm on them about securing the basketball and taking care of the basketball. I knew this was going to be a challenge with our guards, Julio being 5'11", Tyson 6'3", and they have guards that are 6'6", 6'5", with long wingspans. And then their bigs, they're icing and hedging, screening rolls, and they're trapping the screening rolls. And like I told Tyson, you got to really go around those bigs. And I think that length, along with challenging your shots, caused a bunch of issues for them. being a shooter with these guys, being shooters, you teach them about ball trajectory and, the length. And I think Julio had a couple of what he thought were open looks, and before you know it, ball's tipped and not quite getting to the basket. And, Tyson attached the basket a lot. And I think it surprised him some. I think one of the guys ended up blocking a shot, and just getting hands on the balls, even the 50-50 balls. They could just reach down where our guys got to really get on the floor. So, we work on securing the ball, but I just think they just outshot us. I mean, it was a perfect storm. We are a good shooting team, and traditionally, I'm not sure how good of a shooting team they are, but I don't think they definitely not finish a game with 61% from the field. Like that's like fighting against Goliath, and you're losing. I mean, you walked into it knowing what the outcome is going to be. So I just think they did a very good job of knocking down outside shots.
One more question here, Coach. I'm going to wrap it up. Tomorrow, you guys will be back for the consolation game
Yes.
against traditional Southern Power, Hamilton Heights.
Yes.
What do you think about that for tomorrow?
Well, actually, Hamilton Heights has a kid, Aries Hall, that I coached up in Chicago. He and my son homeschooled together, so I'm a little familiar with him. Some of the other guys I'm not as familiar with, but they're big too. So I think we got our hands full. Like I told them on our way down here, don't take anybody for granted. And I'm familiar with Hamilton Heights, and they're a perennial powerhouse, as some of the other schools down, in Tennessee and Mississippi. So, they got to come back, lick your wounds. Hopefully they're not a team that come out and shoot 60% from the three-point line. I mean, it's just, you just got to come ready to play, and that's what basketball is: picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and being ready to fight the next day. So,
You mentioned Stephen Davis earlier.
yes.
I didn't realize until we got down for the game had already started because we had these up here, but I didn't realize that they were wearing Corinth jerseys.
Yeah, they left their.
It's like, man, that's the best Corinth team we've seen.
That's what they say on film,
Even
right?
before, even when Stephen was here. Now, I got to ask this: do you still keep up with your Rebels and football, basketball, everything?
I took them to the campus yesterday, so
Did you?
I called Kermit and Ronald Hamilton, and they opened the gym, the practice facility. So I took them around campus, walked them through the practice facility, and was like, "This could be."
Y'all impressed with that?
Yeah, really impressed with me. So it was really nice. It was really different.
Did y'all get to watch the Egg Bowl last night?
No, I didn't. We were busy.
I guess y'all had team meetings and stuff.
Yeah,
didn't
we
you?
did. We did. We got in because I had Thanksgiving dinner in Clarksdale, where I'm from, with the family. And then we ate, and we hit the road. It was a 2.5-hour drive from Clarksdale to here. And then we had a team meeting and tried to just make sure everybody was getting proper rest.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man.